Hi guys, so I'm back with another cooking video. Today we're going to cook egg curry. So egg curry is basically boiled eggs that have been stewed. We can have it with rice, ugali, or any other starch, or however you'd like to have them, or spaghetti. Yeah. So the first step is I've brought water to boil. So I'm boiling some water here in a saucepan, and then I also make sure to wash my eggs to remove any dirt. So I wash them. Okay, they are pretty clean, and if you can see. So I'm going to put these eggs in the boiling water and then let them boil for like 15 minutes. I prefer hard boiling them. So I'll let them boil for like 15 minutes. Okay? Careful because the water can jump on you. Just put enough water. Any amount of water will do, but just let it be enough such that the eggs are immersed into the water. So I've messed up and I've broken one egg, but it's okay. We'll just sort it. So my eggs here are boiling. I'm giving them some 15 minutes as mentioned. And like I was saying, you have to be very careful when dropping the eggs. Like for this one, I accidentally dropped it and it cracked. There's no harm in it cracking, really. You can still use it, but I don't think I'll use it for my stew. I'll just eat it separately. But just drop them carefully so it doesn't. This frothing is because of that broken egg, but it won't affect the others. Yeah, that's good. So after 15 minutes, I'll show you. So after around 20 minutes, my eggs are ready. I've just switched off the fire. I'm going to remove this one. I won't include it in my stew cooking. It cracked. It looks yucky, I know. So I'll put it aside. And then for this one, I'm going to pour in cold water so it doesn't form a black ring around the yolk. So I'm going to pour in cold water from the tap. So I'll put some cold water and I'm going to pour. And the white stuff is from the cracked egg, but the rest are okay, they're intact. So I'll just pour, remember, because I want to remove the, I don't want it to form a black ring around the yolk. It looks bad. So yeah, I'll just let them cool for a few minutes and I'll start shelling. So my eggs are nicely cool now. I can easily just touch, and I'm going to remove the shell. So this is how I normally remove the shell. You can hit it on something for the shell to become loose. It looks like this. So I'm hitting it on the counter, just slightly, not with so much force, until the shell loosens, and then I'll start removing it. Look. Okay, let me not put it in my plate. So I'll start removing it. Just hold lightly and remove the shell until everything comes off. See, because it's well boiled, so it's just easily peeling. All right, so it should look something like this. And then, so as mentioned, this is how I normally remove the shell. Just slightly tap it on a hard surface, like that. You can use a chopping board to do that. I'm using my countertop. You see, then it becomes loose. So be very gentle while shelling. If it's well boiled, it will just peel on its own, but you want to use this part of your finger, this side, so that you don't keep poking the egg itself with the shells. So on your side, like you almost like you're rubbing, you just slowly remove and then you remove the peel. If it's well boiled, it will just come off easily. You won't keep breaking. So yeah, do that, and then you see that one has come off so well. And then after this, I'm going to wash to remove these small particles of shells so I don't cook with them. Remember my cracked egg? Ended up eating it with salt, so no problem, you can still even use it because it still sealed itself even after cracking. Yeah, and everything else just boiled properly. So finally, here's how my shelled washed eggs look like. They look so yummy. Now I'm about to stew them. Okay, so don't worry if it gets some dent. Some of them don't shell very well and they form this dent. No worries, it will still cook just fine. So here we are. Now I want to stew my boiled eggs. So I have some capsicum or hoho, have some tomatoes, I have garlic here and some ginger, and then onions, and then here are my eggs. And then for spices, I'm going to be using this is mixed spice by Tropical Heat, some curry powder by Simba mbili, and then I put my turmeric here. Yeah, so let's start. So first thing that goes in is the onions. I use that red onion. I like having enough onions. I wasn't going to use all this because I'm using them for other foods. This is how my onions are coming along for the egg curry. They're almost golden brown, so now I'll add in my grated garlic and ginger. This is how they look. So I normally use a grater to make my ginger, and that other side is garlic. I'm not going to use all of it, but I'll use a lot because I want it to have a curry taste. So I'll use like half of that of ginger. Yeah. So I'll add in my garlic. Now garlic, then I stir for a bit for like 5 seconds, then I'll add my ginger. After 5 seconds, 10 seconds actually, I'll add my ginger. I use lots of ginger because I don't want to use chili. I don't want to use pepper. So I'll just put a lot of ginger to give it that gingery taste. Okay. Just go in with some more ginger. It's going to have a lot of ginger. I've decided to add a bit of oil because my mixture is a bit soaked up, so I need some more oil so that it can burn. This is how it looks. I want it to brown because I don't like when it floats in my food, so it's gonna brown, but keep stirring because sometimes it sticks to the bottom. So I'm gonna stir it until it turns golden brown, and then I'll add the rest of my vegetables, carrots and tomatoes and capsicum. My mixture is nicely brown, so now I'm adding my capsicum and carrots. I'll first add my carrots. I want them to be crunchy. So I don't always use carrots for my egg curry, but I don't know, for some reason I've just been craving carrots. So I'll add my carrots and then just fry them lightly. After adding carrots, I'll add capsicum or hoho, just a bit. Just a bit. Then after this, I'm going to add my spices. So the first spice I'll go with is turmeric. I put just a bit. You can put like half a teaspoon. Okay, I'll just add a bit, like half a teaspoon, because I want it to yellow. I want my curry to be yellow. So I'll put like half a teaspoon of turmeric. Next is this mixed spice. Mixed spices is better for heat, just a dot, I don't put much. I'm really putting a bit, I don't want a lot of that. Then I'll add some curry powder. Simba mbili curry powder. This one I can use a lot because it has no harm. Just Simba mbili, like a 3/4 teaspoonful of Simba mbili curry powder. Okay, then I'll add some salt. Like a teaspoon of salt. Oh no, sorry, half a teaspoon of salt, but depending with your liking. The other seasoning I like to add is this Knorr beef cube. I don't have the packet, but I'll show you next time. It looks like this. It has some chili in it and some beefy flavor. I don't like using chicken in my egg curry. I'd rather use beef curry. So I just I break it into half because I don't want to use the whole of it, something like this. And then I just crumble it in the pot with the rest of the mixture. So I'll just crumble it. Yeah, it will give a nice taste. So after my spices and everything and salt, I went in with my tomatoes. Just a good amount. So I've done like one and a half tomatoes. That's because I don't like the tangy taste of so many tomatoes. So sometimes I'll use one, but since I have a lot of eggs, I'm going to use, this is my egg always. So the other item I like to use for my egg curry to make it thicker. Some people prefer to use wheat, but I prefer wheat flour, but I prefer using this. If you have wheat flour, you can just make a paste with some water, and then when it's still running, pour it in the mixture to make a thick paste. So I'm going to use Royco. I prefer buying this small one because I'm not a frequent user of Royco. So this is Royco. I'm going to pour it here because I prefer when it has a beefy taste for some weird reason. So I haven't used all of it, just left a bit to make it thicker. This is how the whole mixture looks. Tomatoes, all the other vegetables. Yeah, this is how it looks. So just mash until it becomes, all the tomatoes disappear in the mixture. I don't like seeing big tomatoes standing in the stew. So this is flat enough. This is soft enough. I'm going to add my eggs now. Here are the eggs we had boiled. Okay, so I'll put one by one. You can put it at this stage. Some people prefer putting it later after they put the water to make soup, but no, I'll put mine here because I prefer when they kind of fry into this mixture, it normally gives them a thick coating. So this is how they look, and I'm just going to mix. Careful not to poke them because you know they're a bit delicate. See that how that's what's it called? Turmeric gives them a good yellow color. I like my curry when it's yellowish like that. So I'll just mix and give it like 5 minutes for it to harden a bit. Like this cover is going to be a bit tough because of the frying, but you don't have to do that anyway. Look at that yumminess. It just has enough ginger, enough chilliness, and well spiced. And can you believe the many ways you can use eggs? Yep, so just mix it up. I don't have to fry for long. I just want it white color to turn yellow. So here we are, my eggs are nicely mixed, nicely blended into the mixture. So I'm just going to add a glass of water and let it boil for 5 minutes, and my stew will be ready, my egg curry will be ready. So here we are, I've gotten my glass of water, it's a tumbler, so I'll just come and pour in. So here I poured in water, then I'm gonna mix. Don't put a lot of oil like me. I think I might have put too much oil when I added and wanted to brown my stuff. So don't put too much oil like me. This is a bit too much, but it's going to boil down anyway. I'll show you how it will look after it's boiled. Okay, so and I cooked 7 eggs. Can be eaten like 3 days. So I'm going to let this boil. That stew is going to thicken. I know it looks like it's a lot, but it's going to thicken because of whatever I've added. And then I'll just give it 2 minutes to boil, and then I cover it up and let it boil for 5 to 10 minutes. So about 3 to 5 minutes in, this is how my stew looks. So I'll keep checking because it tends to stick at the bottom. The rest of the ingredients, the vegetables, tend to stick at the bottom. So keep stirring. Remember how runny it was? Right now it's a bit thick. Don't laugh at my Miko, it's my favorite. So it's a bit thick. Everything is coming together. Okay, so I'll cover it and give it 5 more minutes, and then I'll show you how it will look at the end. So around seven or so minutes later, I have myself a very thick curry. I don't know if you can see it from there. It's thick. I can have this with my rice or whatever other thing, ugali, whatever you would like to eat with. Any starch, spaghetti. It goes well with either spaghetti or pasta and rice. Yeah, mostly I eat it with that. So it's ready to be served. Hopefully I'll show you how I'll plate it. I'm not eating right now, but yeah, this is how it looks. Very thick, nicely coated eggs. They're still intact, and it's ready to be served. So thank you for watching. Please look out. My food was covered, by the way, and I lowered the heat while I was boiling it. The heat was very low. Okay, this is I've just increased it right now, but I lowered the heat. And then I'm going to switch it off, and it's ready to be served. Thank you for watching. Bye. Please share and subscribe. So I wanted to add that if you like dhania, you can use coriander to garnish it. Personally, I'm not such a big fan of dhania, but I could use it sometimes. So yeah, to make it look green nicely. Thank you. Bye.